A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a striking escalation of rhetoric, U.S. President Donald Trump has publicly expressed his disappointment in Russian President Vladimir Putin and announced a significantly shortened deadline for Russia to agree to a ceasefire in the ongoing war in Ukraine. Speaking alongside British Prime Minister Keir Starmer at his Turnberry Golf Resort in Scotland, Trump revealed that he is reducing the 50-day ultimatum he previously set for Putin to a mere 10 to 12 days. This ultimatum comes amid increasing frustration over Putin's failure to engage in meaningful peace negotiations and the continued bombardment of civilian targets in Ukraine. Trump emphasized the urgency of the situation, stating, "There's no reason to wait. I want to be generous, but we just don't see any progress being made." He indicated that the countdown for the new deadline could start as early as tonight or tomorrow, signaling his intent to act swiftly if no resolution is reached. The president's comments reflect a significant shift in his approach to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which has seen escalating violence and humanitarian crises over the past 3 years. During his remarks, Trump recounted previous conversations with Putin, expressing his disappointment in the Russian leader's actions. "We thought we had that settled numerous times. And then President Putin goes out and starts launching rockets into some city like Kiev and kills a lot of people in a nursing home or whatever. You have bodies lying all over the street. And I say that's not the way to do it," Trump stated, clearly exasperated by the situation. The newly proposed sanctions would target countries that continue to purchase Russian oil, with Trump threatening to impose tariffs as high as 100% on imports from those nations. This move is intended to penalize not just Russia, but also its trading partners, including major economies such as China, India, and Germany, which have been criticized for their ongoing purchases of Russian petroleum products. This latest ultimatum marks a notable departure from Trump's earlier stance on U.S. involvement in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Initially, he had been critical of U.S. support for Ukraine and had a tumultuous relationship with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, stemming from a controversial phone call in 2019 that led to Trump's first impeachment. However, as the war has persisted and civilian casualties have mounted, Trump has increasingly vocalized his discontent with Putin's aggression and the lack of progress towards peace. In the lead-up to this announcement, Trump had previously set a 50-day deadline starting July 15th, during which he warned that Russia would face very severe tariffs if a deal was not reached. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick later clarified that these would be secondary sanctions targeting countries that purchase Russian oil, rather than direct tariffs on Russian goods. The implications of these sanctions are significant, as they threaten to disrupt global oil markets and could lead to higher prices for consumers worldwide. Trump's comments come in the wake of a series of violent attacks in Ukraine, including a recent drone strike on a maternity hospital, which has drawn international condemnation. In response to these ongoing hostilities, Trump has indicated that he intends to deliver a major statement regarding U.S. support for Ukraine, hinting at further military assistance through NATO allies. As the deadline approaches, the geopolitical landscape remains fraught with tension. Trump's willingness to impose stringent sanctions reflects a growing impatience with the lack of diplomatic progress and the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Ukraine. The president's remarks have already garnered significant media attention, with Russian outlets quickly picking up on his declaration of being no longer interested in talks with Putin. The coming days will be critical as Trump prepares to finalize his plans for sanctions and as the international community watches closely to see how Putin responds to this renewed pressure. With the stakes higher than ever, the world is left to ponder the potential ramifications of Trump's ultimatum and the future of U.S.-Russia relations amidst this protracted conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.